TimothyBaik3rdL13 third grade worksheet lesson 13. Find each quotient. Number 1, 12 divided by 4. Let's start off by using counters. So let's draw 12 counters and group them. So we're going to group them in groups of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our first group. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our second group. And our last group is here. So our answer is going to be the number of groups that we have left. So in this case, it's 3. So our answer is just 3. Let's do it again for number 2. 15 divided by 3. So we draw 15 counters. And we can group them into 3. So 1, 2, 3, that's one group. 1, 2, 3, that's another group. That's another group. And if you count the number of groups we have, it's 5. So our answer is just 5. Compare. Write less than, greater than, or equal to for each blank. Number 1, 0 divided by 9. Well, we know that's just 0, because if 0 is divided by any number, it's always equal to 0. Now we have 4 divided by 4. We know that's 1, because any number divided by itself is just 1. So the full statement is going to be 0 is less than 1. So number 2, 24 divided by 6. So you can draw 24 counters, but that's kind of a lot of counters. So instead, you can start off with multiples of 6. So start off with 6, and then add 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. And 18 plus 6 is 24. And stop until you reach the number. So we did this 4 times. So that means our answer is going to be 4. So basically 24 divided by 6 is 4, because we added 6 by itself 4 times to get to 24. Let's do the same thing for 80. 80 divided by 10. So we're going to start off with 10. 10 is the divisor. So we start off with a divisor, and we add this number by itself over and over again until we reach the dividend, the number being divided. So 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30. You might notice this is just like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And we did this 8 times. So our answer is 8. So the full statement is 4 is less than 8. Let's do one more. Number 3, 21 divided by 7. Again, you start with the divisor. You add it to itself. So 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 7 is 21. So we did it 3 times. This side is equal to 3. 27 divided by 9. We start off with 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 plus 9 is 27. So this is also 3, which means the full statement is 3 is equal to 3. Write plus, minus, times, or divided to complete the equation. Number 1, 13 blank 7 is equal to 2 times 3. So the only thing we can do, the first thing we can do is evaluate this, find out what it is. So if you know your times tables, you know that this is equal to 6. If you don't know, you can start grouping. So 2 times 3, you can just add 3 counters and do 2 more, or draw 2 groups of 3 counters and count the number of counters. That'll give you 6. Now we need to find out what sign will get us the number 6. So since it's less than both of these 2 numbers, we can say it's not plus or times. So it's going to be either minus or divided by. Well, divided by doesn't go, or when we put divided by, 7 doesn't go into 13 evenly. So we can cross that one out. And we know that it's just minus. And we can check that by doing basic subtraction. So 13 minus 7 is 6. and that makes this true. Number 2, 12 plus 5 is equal to 9 blank 8. We know that 12 plus 5 is 17. And we need to find out what makes this also 17. Well, it can't be times because that'd be too big. It can't be divided by because the 8 doesn't go into 9 evenly. And it can't be minus because 9 minus 8 is just 1. So the only thing left is plus. That's correct. Let's do one more. Number 3, 6 times 4 is equal to 8 blank 3. 6 times 4 is 24. And we can check each case. So if it were plus, 8 plus 3 is 11, so that can't be it. 8 minus 3 is 5, so that can't be either. 8 times 3 is equal to 24. So that's our answer, the times symbol. Let's move on. Word problems. Number 1, Anna has 12 bananas. She wants to divide them equally into 4 baskets. How many bananas will each basket have? So the equation for this should be 12 divided by 4. I'm going to find out the product, or the quotient. So to do this, you can use the counters like I did in the first page, or you can use the adding method. So you start off with 4, you add 4 until you get to 12. So 4, 8, 12. And we did that 3 times. So the answer is 3. Number 2, a book club has 15 members and every member reads the same book. If there are 3 copies of the book, how many members read that single copy? So again, we start off with 15 and we divide it into 3. You can use counters or you can use the sequence method. I'm going to use the counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we put them into groups of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little messy. But if you count the number of groups we have, it's 5. So that means 5 members read single copy. Let's do number 4. There are 20 pieces of candy to share. If we try to divide them into 0 groups, what happens? Let's write this as an equation. So start off with 20 and we divide it by 0. What would that equal? Well, we can't do it with counters because how do we make groups of 0? It wouldn't make sense. And if we tried using the adding method, so we start off with 0, we keep adding 0, it would just be 0 forever. So the way we write the answer is undefined. So basically, division by 0 isn't allowed ever.